Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here, Saturday, September the 24th. From Ecclesiastes, rejoice, young man, while you are young, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. A little bit further down, remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come and the years draw near, when you will say, I have no pleasure in them. So what's important here, my own personal reflection, is he's saying rejoice in your youth. Give thanks to God and then truly enjoy life. I came that they may have joy and have it to the full. Jesus said that. But it's important we, of course, understand what joy is or what happiness is. It's not, perpetual life on the beach. It's not giving ourselves over to a life of sensuality, a disordered sensuality. It's not engaging in all sorts of sinful actions that might please the senses for a while, but even then leads to disgust. So many people in the sensual culture, they're disgusted with themselves and disgusted with other people. Because once we sort of let these things loose, it's like on letting the horses out of the gate. We can't always stop them. We can't have it. There's no guarantee that we will stop them or that we will want to stop them. Because these desires we have aren't like light switches that we can just flick on and off. So he's saying here, that's why he goes on to say, remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come and the years draw near, when you will say, I have no pleasure in them, and so on. So remember your Creator always. So enjoy things, enjoy life, but in accord with right reason. In accord with what God reveals to us, is proper, and which will truly benefit us and serve our good. So we're not meant for a life on the beach. It's good to go to the beach as long as it's okay. It's not some sort of sensuality show. But I'm using a metaphor here. I'm using an image to make a point. Whether it's the beach or even sitting outside on a lawn chair, these things are important that we have rest and we have recreation. But it's always for a purpose, and the purpose is to regain our energy so that we may go back to our regular duties. And we're always giving glory to God, even in these moments of rest or enjoyment, relaxation. We're trying to give God honor and glory. He's allowed us to enjoy these things. So always remember this, as you go through your day. Okay, so over to the gospel. While everyone was amazed at all that Jesus was doing, Jesus said, "Let these words sink into your ears. The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into human hands." But they did not understand the saying. Its meaning was concealed from them, and they were afraid to ask Jesus about this saying. Isn't this typical of fallen human nature? Right? Jesus warned them 3 times in his ministry about how he was going to suffer and die. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it. But he was just planting the seed. He was planting the seed. He was planting the seed. And he knew they didn't ask any questions. They asked all sorts of questions about all sorts of things, but they didn't want to know about this because they didn't want, I guess, to face the fact that he was going to suffer, he was going to be taken away from them, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty hard, brutal stuff. So you and I also can avoid a lot of very painful things in our life. Some of them should be perhaps put off for the right moment, but there comes a time when we need to face things if they're things that we know need to be faced. And usually, maybe not in every case, but usually it's better sooner than later, because there may never come another time. And for this, we need to ask for God's grace, to deal with these hard situations, these tough things that come up in our life. So Jesus would make them, of course, with his death and resurrection, make them face the reality that he, in fact, was not going to establish some glorious worldly, earthly empire, but it was going to be the empire through the cross. And they would also participate in this cross. Every one of them, except John, died a horrible physical death, a martyrdom. But he would prepare them for this so they would be ready for it. So Jesus also wants you and I to be prepared for whatever he has in store for us. And part of that is the cross. It's inextricably bound up with the cross. So it's not pleasant, but trust that Jesus has this. He's got this. He knows what we are going through in life, and He will always be there for you and me. God bless you.